where you're planted, water your garden, love on yourself. That's the theme for today, March 28th, 2020. Here is your daily tarot for all my lovely light workers, and it starts right now. Hello, light workers, star seeds, light warriors, light beings. This is Lisa, and welcome to your daily tarot for today, March the 28th of 2020. These are all going to be sun, moon, and rising signs. So if this does not resonate with your sun, please do check your moon and or your rising, okay? And we're going to get right into it. This is going to be another day where, hey, self-love is to be practiced, okay? We need to absolutely practice self-love. So let's get into it. We're going to start off, as we always do, with Aries. Aries, we have the Eight of Crystals. Aries, so this in the Star Child Tarot is like the Eight of Pentacles, right? So if you look at it, she is physically facing forward. She's not facing to her back. She's facing towards her power center. Her power, where her power comes from, right? Or she's focusing ahead rather than focusing behind. And literally, she is utilizing her manifestation power. She's putting in her work, barefoot, grounded, working hard, working like seriously at this. And she is actively manifesting her reality. All right. That's what we should be doing, right? Actively manifesting our realities, Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Actively utilizing our energy, not to just fall down, lay down, and just take whatever comes, but actively to recreate and reproduce. Well, I should not necessarily reproduce, but produce the options and the possibilities and the world and that we're looking for. For some of you, I know today, the 28th is Saturday. You may not necessarily, like corporate jobs you wouldn't hear from, but some of you may be hearing also some results from the hard work you've already been putting in. Okay. So I feel like over the next day or two, like as we have the moon now moving into Gemini starting the 29th, and coming into its position, in the next week or so, into the full moon, you're going to start seeing little manifestations, realizations of all the work that you've been putting in, and probably also getting some illumination as to where you should be putting in a little bit more work. Now is a really good time to really lay some foundations down of those fantastic, passionate ideas, Aries, that you've been getting all this time, or that you've had for a while, and now you're like, oh, I finally have the time to enact it. Now's the time to continue to lay that foundation. Now's the time to continue to plant your seeds, till your ground, right? Water your garden. Be inspiring. And inspire yourself, most of all, to continue to do the work. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Listen, I know we get these ideas, we get these birds up our butt, and we gone. We don't finish. So let's work on finishing. Okay? Let's work on that. Let's work on foundation so that we're ready. All right? Alrighty, awesome. We now are going to Taurus. Taurus, we do have the Queen of Swords. Taurus, the Queen of Swords. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the astrological forecast for the day, Taurians. If you haven't, do it right after we get done here. You got to speak your truth and live your truth. You have to be kind to yourself. That Queen of Swords energy, that's Libra energy, let's bring balance back into our life. Lovingly recognizing where there have been some areas we may have missed it, lovingly recognizing where there have been some areas we need to bring balance, lovingly recognize there are some areas we, gosh darn it, actually need to make some changes. But doing it in, again, and I can't stress lovingly enough, this is a no judgment zone. Okay, no judging here. That's not what this is about. This is all about being in love with oneself and approaching life from that perspective rather than some sort of negativity. This is not about self judgment. This is not about judging others that we've been in a relationship with. This is not about any of that. This is a moment, this is a time, this is an energy where, listen, it is what it is. It was what it was. We're here now. So what are we going to do now? And what can I bring to the party? What can I actually do to help myself to live my honest truth and not keep living this life that, yes, I partially had some part in constructing, not gonna lie there, but also that I have a piece in recreating. Okay? That's also a big part of living your truth, is getting that power back and understanding you have the power also to help recreate. So speak it, live it, love it, be it. And don't be afraid to see it. Don't be afraid to see any shadows. Don't be afraid to see any failures. Don't be afraid to see obstacles. Don't be afraid to see any of it. Live it, love it, be it. Okay? Gemini. The Empress. Gemini. I really love this energy, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you know, she has all phases of the moon, but the full moon is at the top of her head or at her crown chakra, and she is wide open and ready to accept the entirety of the cycle. See, the manifestation cycle starts from idea, new moon, intention, release, belief builds to the full moon, where we have a release of the energy, a release where our heart is full to overflowing and we just can't help but exude it out. And then as it goes into the waning, that's the waiting. The waning is we have to maintain faith. The waning is we have to maintain our energy even when we can't see it. Right? Even when we can't see it, we have to maintain our energy as the moon wanes. So the manifestation then comes in. It is an entire cycle. But she understands it's beginning to end. It is what it is. And at the height of it is when I go on and add in that creative energy and bring in that light, so that as the light is dimming, as the reflection of the sun is dimming, and we can't see with our physical eyes how it's going to work out, that's when second sight, or true sight, with your third dimension, and the energy must be at its highest. You have to maintain it. So I see you understanding that there is this beautiful balance, yin and yang with you. That yes, while there is a side of you that emotions run rampant and mouth just, there's also a side of you that's rather devoid of emotion. So learning to utilize them both, because the devoid of emotion sets your intention, the ultimate emotion, the demigod, if you will, then brings it to pass. So embrace all of that, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And see that it start to finish, it's all within the control. It's all within the plan. And enact that plan and be that empress, be that divine feminine powerhouse over your world. Do you see a theme here today? I see a theme here today. Cancer. Knight of Crystals. Knight of Crystals. Cancer, you see that moon, the big moon. The moon is huge, super moon behind him. And he's concentrating a lot, and there's spirit rising up, and he's got what he is manifesting and setting his attention toward held in his hands very intently. Cancer, we have to be careful. Let's, again, harness, bring all this creative, psychic, intuitive, maternal initiator of emotion, energy in, and hold on to it. Be quite careful of your thoughts. Be quite careful of your emotions, your energy and emotion that you're sending out on the 28th. And I will say, kind of going into the next couple of days, the moon will be in our sign, sun, moon, or rising, within about 2 days from now. Be very careful and very cautious and very intentional on where you're focusing your energy right now. I feel quite strongly we have the capacity to calm some waters down. And I feel quite strongly that we have this capacity to really be instrumental in the recreation and assisting in the recreation and assisting in the portal. People accepting the energy that's coming through the portal and going through that portal as well, and breaking free from the third dimensional chains, if you will, and constructs. So be very intentional and be very careful with what you're doing. Watch your words, watch your heart, watch your thoughts. Today, especially the 28th, watch it, okay? And really focus in on what it is in a personal level, from a personal standpoint, you're to be manifesting right now. Bring it in. This is not necessarily a day we can just give it out. Bring it in. Okay. Leo, 8 of Wands. Leo, 8 of Wands. If you notice, these wands are being kind of sent out, kind of riding the wave of the spirit. They're in the temple. It's going out towards the stars and up towards the heavens. Communication, meditation is critical today for you, Leo. Communication with yourself, communication with your higher self, communication with source, with spirit. Communication with source, with spirit. There's probably I feel like there's also some people that you may need to in the physical realm communicate with, that are kind of part of your tribe as well. Don't be afraid of any new ideas, and don't be afraid to communicate. I think you're going to hear some things you didn't expect to hear, but they're good. You're going to find that some people are not as against you or mad at you or whatever of you, sun, moon, and rising, that you thought. Speak truth. Speak your truth. So today, a day of receiving this information. Today, a day of giving some of this information. Today, a day of, dual, not soliloquies, but conversations. And some of you that are a little bit, I don't want to say higher, but some of you that have developed in your meditation time and world a little bit more, I would expect that when you take that additional time today, that you would be, expect to kind of travel, if you will, interdimensionally travel, higher ascension travel. This is a great day for that kind of conversation to be happening. And be sure you're beginning to then, write these things down and then integrate them into your own realm. Okay? Integrate them into your own realm. Virgo. Arrow. Akashic Records. The Akashic Record card is moving down through the zodiac. Virgo, today, with the moon conjunct in Taurus, Venus, which is the ruler, no, not the ruler of your house. That's Libra. I'll get that in a second. Mercury. Okay. With the moon conjunct Venus today, this is in Taurus. this is probably a day for you where it might be the one of the most difficult self-love days you've had. It might be one of the most difficult forgiveness days of self that you've had, especially because you got Mercury coming towards Neptune in Pisces. So that kind of karmic, let's look over our life. Where did I miss the dreams? Or, I really wanted to do this back when I was like, 20 something or whatever. And forgiveness of yourself for these things, and then being willing to move forward and not needing to be as much of a perfectionist. That's a lot for you, Virgo. I get that. Sun, moon, and rising. Understood loud and clear, Kimasabi. I get it. What I need, though, and what you're being asked of, is to, again, lovingly, gently, in a very cleansing, beautiful manner, look at the past. No judgment. It was what it was. The past is what it is. There's no judging it. What we can do, though, is change our current response to past triggers and reduce the triggers down to just simply experiences that now we've learned from and we've grown, and we ourselves are strong enough that those things cannot harm us. That's, part of what we see in those Akashic records. And how can we take that information and transform it into power now, rather than fear and impotence then? Okay, an inability. Now we have an ability to change the account and change the response, or respond to the account differently. Responsibility and accountability. Okay, so that's, if you're feeling that kind of energy, that's why. And here we are. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to take, actually, a little bit of a commercial break. Let's run the commercial. And yeah, we will be back momentarily. All right, guys, that's right. 40% off of all live readings or all live sessions, right? 30, 60 package of 3, 30, 60, that. That's what we have 40% off on heartofinspiration.net. All right, here we go. Libra, King of Wands. Well, you're kind of having a fiery day, aren't you? You're looking up towards the moon. It's a crescent moon. Okay. I'm not going to say whether it's a waxing or waning, whether or not it's coming into being a full moon or coming into being a new moon. I feel like it's much more waning, though. Like, it's about to be a new moon. This king is seeing, listen, he's becoming inspired by what can be. He's understanding that we're coming into a moment we can set some real intentions and make some real change. And he's fired up to do so because he wants to get, for you, Libra, sun, moon, and rising, get in a balance. Seriously? Like, I feel like there's ideas that you have that are going to globally assist us in balancing out this fear and this love, right? This fear of being not powerless and then being empowered, and turn those tides. So don't be surprised if you are just like, you know what? I have some serious inspiration here and I want to go for it. Yes, go for it. Don't doubt yourself. It is transformative. It is liberating. It is amazing. Do what you do. Do it how you do it. Get her done. Okay? Be inspired and be in motion. All right. Do it, Libra. Don't wait. Don't vacillate. Don't wonder. Don't guess. This inspiration is true, and it's from your higher self. It is from your higher knowledge. It is from your deeper knowledge. Do it. Okay. Scorpio, 8 of Swords. Scorpio, I'm gonna if I read reversals on a regular basis, I would say this is in reverse. I would say that today is a time that you got this energy to come out of being trapped in your mind. Again, Mercury approaching Pisces, so that's trining your sun, moon, and rising. And this moon and Venus opposing your sun with Uranus still there. In Taurus, I feel for you, you're able to grab all of this and say, you know what? This wasn't as bad as I thought. You know what? Because you remember, you got Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn sextiling sun, moon, and rising. That's a lot of personal transformative, a lot of like boom, 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 boom. That's 10th house energy. That's like, this elevation of who we, and of this projection of who we are, this like transformation of this projection of who we are. On a real basis, what are we known for? And I feel like that for a lot of you, for the first time in a while, you've already been building up to this. But today there's a lot of clarity going on. There's a lot of realization that other people were putting crap over you or on you and trying to convince you of something that wasn't real. And you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to be trapped in my mind anymore. I'm not going to be trapped in my feelings anymore. I'm not going to be trapped in self-doubt and whatever. No, instead, I'm going to liberate myself. Instead, I'm going to be free of all self-doubt, shame, guilt. I'm going to internally love myself and finally deal with some of these emotions that have not been good for me, that they haven't benefited me. So I might as well put them off and transform them into empowerment. All right? Scorpio, I love that energy. Okay. Sagittarius, I've got the 4 of Wands. I find it interesting that these wands are crossing parallel to, horizontally to, a picture of the moon. Illuminated for you, Sag, is really, I think there's been some secrets, maybe some secrets you've been holding, and some deep emotions you've been feeling about yourself. Maybe some secrets that other people have held, and now you're like, oh wait, this is kind of the secret to success. This is kind of the secret, the key to unlock my life purpose. This is the key for this inspiration of, ooh, this is destiny, and let me get fired up about my destiny. Let me get fired up about my future. Let me get fired up about my purpose. I'm on the right path. Let me get fired up about it. And what was once so fearful and so scary ain't so scary anymore, is it, Sag? Not at all. Yay. So this is an unlocking day. This is a day for unlocking life purpose, a day for unlocking some of those doors that have held you back. And in a very loving and transformative manner, being able to put some really good energy into it and then say, I'm ready to break out. Not as a butterfly, but as a phoenix. Hello. Okay. Yay, Sag. Yeah, grab it. Don't be afraid of the dark. Expand. Expansion. Cappies, the sun. The sun has come out. Brighter days. Lovely day. Fantastic energy. Feeling much better about yourself. Um, Illuminating your strengths and not focusing on your weaknesses. Seeing those as not a hindrance but an assistance. As those things that keep us grounded. As those things that keep us our feet planted so that we can soar as high as we want to. Um, Take care of yourself. Take care of your garden. Take care of your soil. And yet understand that all of this energy and water and fire and wind that's just been like brewing and rolling around in this dirt, what it's doing is it's changing you over from just growing like low yielding fruit to high producing, high yielding, very expensive crops, right? Where you're going to get paid good money for it, where you're going to see good results from it, where you're going to see really, it's going to be a great return on your investment. The investment in self. And finally, the sun is coming out and nourishing these plants because you've been putting a lot of seed in there. There's been water, it's dried a little bit. And now the sun's coming and saying, I'm ready to ignite it and I'm ready to activate it, right? So we can see rapid growth. That's the energy I'm really feeling for you for the 28th sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn, Aquarius, Three of Cups. It's time for celebration. Celebrate good time. Come on, right? We're celebrating. You know what we're celebrating? We're celebrating the moon there, if you notice, is right over the apex of that pyramid. And there's a lot of energy flowing from the heavens. And even kind of the shape of that kind of ethereal being behind there, it looks almost could be like a phoenix rising as well. Empowerment, joy. There's more strength spiritually in joy than there is in despair. Joy changes and creates because joy is a derivative of love. Changes and creates. Wow. Just looking at this card, there's even an image of a man, a face of a man down there in between the columns underneath the earth. That deep, powerful being that has been suppressed because you didn't remember is being energized. The energy from the universe, from the heavens, from source, is being channeled in through that pyramid and then fed into your real being, right? Your spirit. And so that individual that entity you didn't remember, or you're just remembering that, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to do these things here. I'm above this. I am more powerful than this. I am created for higher than this. That all of that is coming in, and because it has come in and begun to awaken, this is a time of celebration. Also, the Three of Cups shows three different spiritual energies coming together to work together for the good. That is a divine number. So, like pair yourself up with, co-create with source, co-create with angels, co-create with your ancestors, your spirit guides. Again, your choice for terminology. But be the apex and the funnel and the vessel through which this creation occurs. Okay, 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups becoming 1, and then creating 3 of Cups. There's a progeny that comes from the coupling of your self-divine feminine and divine masculine coming together and creating this new entity, that's this new energy, this new emotion, this new level of spirituality and spiritual, it's not a construct. Like you're ushering in this new age of spiritualness and relationship with source energy. But that needs to be born of joy. It's not born of despair. It's not born of doom and gloom. It's not born of woe is me. It's born of what can we do to elevate the collective. Okay, so that's very important, Aquarius. And in your own personal life, stop with the despair, doom, gloom, da-da-da-da-da. Like, make your own life joyful. I need you to take a break and celebrate. Enjoy yourself. All right. And then we have Pisces. Pisces. Page of Wands. You're the Page of Wands today, Pisces. I think this traveled over a couple of signs. Pisces. Some of you, I feel like, had an opportunity to go deep diving and you didn't take it. Thank you. Because you still have, you listen, Neptune's still in your sign. Your last stand, you know, just because it's not your season, it's not like it's just gone by the wayside. You're still very critical and crucial in this mix. So Pisces, find some inspiration in something probably inane. Find some inspiration in some light, in something that you're like, oh my gosh, I thought it was only going to be dark. Find some inspiration somewhere and then grab it. And go towards that light and not towards deep, dark, right down below. Grab a hold of the inspiration and stay close to the surface so you can get this beautiful warmth and sun and peace and happiness and all of that. So, yeah, find it. Find it, find it, find it, find it. And be sure that you partake in it. Don't walk away from it. Get some inspiration and be a little childlike today. Do something fun. Go enjoy yourself. Do something fun. All right. All right, let's get the collective down. Collective. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Listen, take care of yourself today. Water your garden. Take care of your earthly vessel. Rest. Drink lots of water. Literally. We need that. That's a representative. That's the easiest conduit for energy is water. It's also a cleanser, a detoxifier, a solvent. So be sure you're hydrated. Be sure you eat well. Be sure you just take care of yourself today. Take care of your physical body, quieting your mind so that your spirit can do what it needs to do and what it wants to do and what it has to do and what it's meant to do. Because if your body is tired, then I'm telling you, you're not going to feel like doing anything. You're not going to feel like doing anything. Definitely not anything that you're purposefully meant to do. So take good self-care, love the body that you're in, and take care of it so that your higher self can be nourished as well. Where you have the energy to meditate, you have the energy to work with people, you have the energy to spread happiness and joy. Okay? Grab that energy. All right. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you as always. Hopefully I will see you on one of my live streams. Do check out at the end of this video, there's going to be an in-screen opportunity for you to check out the guided meditation videos for the day, as well as the astrology for the day. Okay. I really enjoyed seeing you. Thank you so much for being here. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys. Namaste. Bye-bye.